think there's probably a few things to highlight. I think it was a really good discussion. I think we talked a lot about kind of infrastructures and what our businesses can do to support women, whether it's thinking about maternity leave and various things like that. But also I think just what about we do as individuals, and I think we have a collective responsibility to make sure that our sector and our environment is as inclusive as possible. And I think that comes right the way from young boys and girls playing football and how do we get more girls involved, right the way through the sort of coaching system, but also into the positions of where people can make decisions, and how do we make sure people are represented, because actually women have an awful lot to offer, and that difference of perspective and experience can only be a positive when it comes to how we kind of grow the game. I mean, I think what we tend to find is within the community element of the game, we're starting to see more and more women involved, because actually the types of responsibilities that our community trusts have across our network are stemming slightly away from football and playing and actually into that more sort of community role. And so I think being able to promote within our leagues and our FAs systems that allow for that training, demonstrating role models, and also being open about our experiences so that we can help support the next generation through, and hopefully for there to be more of those. And we've got a responsibility to do that, I think, and I think we've got a responsibility to be brave and to call that out where we don't see it. But I think we have to be confident to do that and recognise that it doesn't need to be a confrontational experience. We can find ways to have those conversations, and being an umbrella organisation allows us to have those conversations at a national level, and hopefully if we can demonstrate best practice, that gives our clubs and trusts something to sort of strive for and to achieve. Yeah, I mean, so our role, we sort of fund some of the projects and certainly not all of them. And so I think what's different for us is we get to be able to make change happen at local level, but to a national extent. So we can be the vehicle through which we can take projects that work well in one area and roll them out and make sure that that has an impact on people across Scotland. So I think for us being able to play that role is hugely important, and for us to see the work that our community trusts do on a regular basis through projects that we fund is inspiring, and to see it working so well in Scotland is equally inspiring. And I think from a sort of a league perspective, Scotland is recognised for being one of the most community engaged leagues, small to medium sized leagues in the world. And we're hugely proud of that, but there's still more to be done. And I think certainly from a perspective of Scottish football, that positioning for ourselves as a collective is something that we really feel we get a lot from.